I'm Oscar Rico, and this is our PowerPoint on our reverse engineering project. So for our design challenge, our competitor was surpassing us, and we absolutely could not allow that to happen. So in order to better improve our product, we decided to take apart a flashlight, analyze its interior components, see how we could improve our own and boost our sales and put us back on top where we deserve to be. This is what we thought was in the flashlight interiorly, and we believed it worked by the lever pumping that would spin a large gear and a smaller gear, producing the light, and that the sound was being produced by the sound box. The locks we thought had two different purposes. One would lock the lever and the other one would close the circuit.
So this is a sketch that we produced for the prediction. The major components that were different from the actual were the sound box located right here and the gear pusher and the two circuits right here. The major problems were that there was absolutely no sound box in the actual, the gear pusher was not a rectangular shape as we had predicted, and the two circuits were not at the top on either side.
So this is how our deconstruction process. We began by unscrewing the pig halves and continued on to the next slide all the way until we laid out all the parts and then put it back together once we finished reversing the process.
So this is a picture of our laid out parts that we had later analyzed, and we had noticed that there was a clutch right here, a big lever and a big gear, and a lever that came into major importance later.
These are the components that were actually in it. We figured out that it was actually two circuits, and that one was produce the light by using the batteries and the button, and that the other functioned using an electromagnet and a coil, which spun and produced that light.
So this is a sketch of the actual. The lever is placed right here. There's a big gear right here, and this is the clutch. And these are very important because there was actually no sound box, and that we had realized that the pig was actually did not have rechargeable batteries. The batteries would eventually die, which was important for our company to know. So after we had analyzed this, we realized that after our prediction, we had similar parts, but our proportions were slightly off, and that the biggest important part was the rechargeable batteries and the lack of a sound box.
We figured out that it was two circuits as opposed to what we had previously believed that it was one. One worked with the switch and the batteries, and the other with the lever and the electromagnet, which produced the light. The batteries were not rechargeable as advertised, so we decided to change that by replacing them with lithium polymer batteries.
So what we had decided to change on the inside was the only thing was mainly the batteries, and on the outside we had decided to place 3 buttons on the top rather than the side because it was more easier for the customer to use instead of on the side. So we decided to make a black light option as well, which would and label all the buttons, which would make it easier for the customer to use.
Our target audience included children under 12 because our product looked so much like a toy, and people with attention disorders so they could relieve that stress they feel and uncomfortability. Farmers, obviously, because it was a pig, and other animal options that we were going to include. People with arthritis, as we analyzed the Mayo Clinic results that said people with arthritis feel relieved once they do range of motion exercises, which is exactly what that lever motion did.
So to reinforce our design, we decided to interview multiple people from ages 12 to 60 to get a feel of what would be a better product that would provide for a better range of people. So we decided that we wanted to keep the target audience that we had already captured. We didn't want to stop them, but we wanted to make more people. So we decided to make a larger age range all the way to elderly because we did not want people to think that it's just for children. And then we wanted to advertise to parents specifically with younger children due to the fact that we would add a tracker inside of the pig so that way the parents would always be able to locate the children wherever they are and to make sure they're not in danger. And obviously teachers that teach younger children to use as an activity in the classroom, and obviously people that are afraid of the dark, which would be very important for them to use. So on our redesign, we decided to move the buttons to the top, label the buttons on what they do because before they were not labeled and it was not clear what they would do until you had used them actually. And we wanted to provide more light options, that not just one blank light that people would find bland or boring. Multiple animal option was very important because people like more animals, not just one pig. Some people may not like pigs. so we decided to provide more animals for them. Adjustable wrist strap, because the adjustable wrist strap would provide for multiple hand sizes, which would also provide for more age ranges and ultimately more customers. An oink sound, or a sound that would adjust to each animal, that would ultimately just appeal to the customer. Rechargeable batteries, which is very important because we do not want it to provide false advertisement anymore. We wanted to actually have rechargeable batteries. More color options, a black light option, and a tracker inside of the pig. So this was one of the redesigns that we proposed, this is a ladybug, which would obviously appeal to the other animals. And these are the switches that were labeled. And then this was a pig, which is the same design, just the buttons are on the top. And this is the inside. The major important part was that the sound box is located there for the sound.
This is the possibilities of using our flashlight, beginning with picking it up, 3 different options, and concluding with putting it down and turning it on. So in the end, we decided to include all the changes based on our interview. So we included different animal options, a black light option, labeling the buttons, and providing a sound. We did this because we felt our product was excluding a lot of potential customers, and we wanted to appeal to a larger demographic of people. In the end, we believe that our product is more appealing to the public, boosts our sales, and hopefully puts us back on top where we deserve to be. Thank you.